this month there's going to be like 2 cycles kicking off, I see. One cycle with dealing with the balance of giving and receiving here and thinking you're good enough and having that confidence with that new moon and full moon in Virgo. So with the new moon in Virgo, it's time to give rather than take. With the new moon, we're seeing that like maybe towards the beginning of the month or towards the beginning of the cycle, you're really more focused on giving to others. And then at the end, there's going to be some, something you reap, some reward you get. You gain some confidence, you gain some ability to believe in yourself and, think about yourself more as a confident being, a being that deserves things, a being that's worthy of what's coming your way and the abundance that's coming your way. Virgo being an earth sign, even Capricorn being an earth sign, we see some of the finances, some material objects, material world is definitely holding a lot of influence this month for you. So focusing on flow of money, focusing on physical items that you're buying to purchase can be very important or can reveal something to you as well. But also I think it's like, yes, you're allowed to give out to others, but also give to yourself occasionally. Maybe buy yourself that nice perfume or whatever the hell it was that you wanted to buy, but you were like, oh no, I need to get a gift for so-and-so, or I need to save my money for this. I think it's also like occasionally you are worth it. You are worth putting the extra time, effort, energy. Even with Virgo, I do see it more on the self-care side, but because it's with Capricorn, that's why I'm talking about the money, the finances a little bit. But specifically with Virgo, it's also about that self-care aspect of the physical too. Virgo is dealing with alternative healing and stuff like that. It's the healing we get through taking care of ourselves and through taking care of another as well. So that's what you're dealing with here, is like that balance of taking care of yourself and taking care of others is really going to come to, I think, a good place for you to feel like, I now know how much I can give to others in order to feel okay with myself, and how much I need for others to give to me in order so that I can give back out. So you're working on that balance there of like self-care and giving to others as well. And again, in a sense of alternative healing and that alternative self-care type things we're dealing with there. And also our day-to-day routine, our everyday life, if we're thinking about the 6th house correlation. But I don't always do that. And then let's talk about this new moon and full moon in Capricorn. This month, y'all are paying off a lot of generational debts, a lot of debts from maybe the grandparents. Maybe you're paying off some debt for them, like physically, or maybe more in terms of generational karma, because this Capricorn is ruled by Saturn, our planet of karma. So definitely when I see Capricorn come into play, I associate it with the family, generational karma, and things like that, even generational wealth, some things like that. But overall, just personally on your level, maybe you're having some career change, some ambition changes about where you want to make money from and how you want to pursue your ambitions a little bit here. But your hard work is paying off, and again, the end of a tough cycle approaches is like, whatever it is that you're diving into, yes, it's going to be tough. It's going to be a long, tough journey. It's not going to be easy. Again, this could be on the career aspect of things. We're seeing it a little bit with all this connection to the earth so far, but I'll talk about the last 2 cards in a sec where it could be going in a little bit of a different direction. Or, well, even if we want to talk about the spiritual direction, again, like I said, it could be talking about paying off some type of financial debt and working hard to pay that off, and it's going to take some time, and it's going to be a long process. But when it comes to an end, you'll have paid off a huge chunk of debt, again, financially or in terms of your generational debt or just your own karma. But yeah, the karma is the part where we see the spiritual side of this. Is not just on the mental side. Is our karma is revealed to us through the physical, through the emotional, through the spiritual, in many different ways that we maybe you want to say suffer, or we experience joy. Many ways we pay for things in some sense. Consequences to our actions in many different ways, physically, mentally, emotionally. But yeah, we have this idea of karma coming into play here. So I think this month is really big for you to challenge some of your family's karma and pay off some of that karmic debt that y'all have, or some of that financial debt that you guys have. And now, like I said, we're going to talk about that spiritual aspect of things coming into play, because we have this new moon in Pisces and full moon in Gemini. So I think there's some confusion. I think maybe there's debt that maybe you're not understanding where it came from. Maybe there's family debt that you don't understand where it came from. There's some confusion in communication about family finances and stuff like that. But with this full moon in Gemini, it's telling me the answers you need are coming. Whatever it is about this karma, about this generational karma that you guys have, that you're working on balancing out, whether that be the physical finances or whether that be the more emotional sense of like whatever they did in their past lives is now coming down onto you to kind of balance that out, or deal with that negative karma. Yeah, the answers you need are coming on that end, and just trust that, like, I think even with these 2 cards here, it's like duality. Duality is everything. There is the spiritual and there's the material, and I think that's what you guys are coming into this month. And this is like kind of the start for your spiritual journey. Once you're wrapping up whatever it is that needs to be dealt with the karma in this physical aspect of the finances or in the karmic aspect, and then you'll be able to focus on your own spiritual journey towards the end of the month. That's kind of the sign I'm getting here. The answers you need are coming. Everything will kind of line up, and you'll know that this cycle has ended. and that you're ready to move on to the next thing, and you're ready to really move on to your spiritual practice now while you're done, you know, maybe doing traditional things that your family has done, or, you know, you've paid off that debt, and now you're ready to focus on, you know, yourself and who you want to be. And I think that's why this card is coming out for y'all, is like, once all this is said and done, again, that balance of believing that you're worthy enough of receiving self-care from yourself, and also trusting that you have it to give out to others. That balance of paying off the karmic debt, this long, slow journey that you started for either financial debt, karmic debt, generational debt. And then now we're going to come to the answers you need are coming. Everything will be wrapped up probably nicely towards the end of the month, and you will see how you can be able to pursue your own spiritual kind of journey separate from maybe what your family has done. Once you paid off those debts, you'll feel good, like, okay, I can go in now and work on the spiritual aspects, work on my mental aspects of things now that I've kind of gotten that out of the way. So you're working on getting the physical out the way, Capricorn, so that y'all can kind of work on the spiritual aspects a little bit later, which is totally fine. I think that's good for you guys. We have all these full moons, new moons. You guys have a lot of cycles that need wrapping up. A lot of cycles are starting and wrapping up at the same time. So working out those things on the physical aspect, making sure you're taking care of yourself and taking care of others, is the key to, I think, balancing that out as well, and keeping the balance from just being, you know, crippled under whatever this debt is that you're worried about maybe paying off as well. So these are our Moonology cards. Let's see what's coming out from the Goddess deck, Capricorn. We have Sing, we have Health Checkup Girl, and then we have Watch a Movie. So on the one aspect, this month, it's a good month for you to indulge in some things like these. When I pull from the self-care deck, these are kind of like the closing messages of like maybe what your ancestors have to say, some ways you can take care of yourself. And since self-care, like I already said with that Virgo, is an important thing for y'all, really take some time to sing, watch a movie, you know, really just connect with yourself and open yourself up a little bit to, like, I feel like for some reason I'm looking at them like introvert and extrovert, like focus on both, doing something that's very much out there, maybe out of your comfort zone, and something that is a little bit more comfortable and chill and relaxed. And then with the health checkup, it's just telling me something can happen with your health this month, Capricorns, and depending on maybe where you have the sign or what other things you have in Capricorn, maybe if you have your ascendant in Capricorn, you'll want to focus on your body overall. If you have your moon in Capricorn, maybe it could be more your mental and emotional health. So it depends on that. What other things are at play can tell you more about the specific part of the body. But yes, health checkup, focus on that. We may be seeing some issues here. Just with the signs that we have, let's see, Capricorn deals with your knees and Pisces deals with your feet. Maybe there's something going on with feet. Virgo, I'm trying to remember. Let me see. Virgo is gut. Yes, gut and stomach health can be going on here. And then Gemini rules your arms. But definitely with that Virgo and Capricorn being like the strongest signs that showed up, I would say focusing on your gut health and your stomach health can be key here. And those knees, the leg health, we can see some issues with. Don't be afraid to take a health checkup. Don't be afraid to go in for a little checkup this month of June. Okay. Like, seriously, guys, don't put your health on the back burner just because you got a lot going on financially. And I think that's why that new moon and full moon in Virgo also came up, because it's like, yes, maybe because Capricorn is a sign of like, I accumulate all this stuff to give back to others, but also like, are you taking care of yourself? I think that's really what, you know, is coming into play here with that health checkup and all those new moon and full moon in Virgos, is like, make sure you're taking care of your others, but make sure you're taking care of your own body and your own self as well. Otherwise, how can you give out to others when your body, if you can't even work or do any of those things because your body is just, you know, under a lot of stress, I think. So those are our monthly horoscopes for Capricorns. If these readings resonated with you, feel free to comment down below. You can book personal readings by clicking the link below. I also have my I have my Vedic birth chart service as well, where we just talk about your sun, moon, and rising sign in Vedic or Eastern astrology. You can read the item descriptions for my card reading service and my Vedic birth chart service to find out more about them. Just, please do read them, like, regardless. Even if you already know, like, my services and stuff, give them a read to see what else is up there or what else may be important for you to know. And then you can also follow me on IG, where I do weekly lives, where I do free readings, live sales, answer any questions about astrology, crystals, whatever it may be that you have. So yeah, other than that, Capricorns, enjoy the rest of your month.